In studio, she is auditioning for Nick and the Badger. Now, one of the things that we've been trying to find is as a female who also is somewhat sports knowledgeable for this. Would you consider yourself sports knowledgeable? And if you're not, it's best to say that you're not, because we will be able to see through it.
And I will point out, in all fairness, that the state championship answer in regard to Webster University basketball is a bit of a tell.
It does.
A little bit of a tell.
Possible. It's possible. What would you consider yourself when it comes to being sports knowledgeable, Ashley?
Well, I definitely watch a lot of sports, because that's pretty much every time I walk in the living room, ESPN's on. So I do get
so
that.
Patrick's watching?
Exactly.
Yeah.
And,
what's your favorite sport?
I'd have to say basketball.
You like the NBA?
I do.
What's your favorite team, and who is your favorite player?
Oh, wow. I would have to say Miami Heat, Dwayne Wade.
You like D-Wade?
D-Wade.
Why is he hot?
No.
Oh, that's like a cat. I thought I got to tell. I thought I picked up. I thought I picked up a tell.
Equals
okay,
yes.
like I said, he's an attractive, clean-cut man, but he does a lot for his team. You know, I feel like he pulls them together. Like
so does Dirk Nowitzki, though. He does a lot for his team.
And so does the
He's
Bronx,
not clean-cut.
right?
He's not clean cut. Is that the problem there? Not the issue there.
What about David Lee? He does a lot for his team.
David Lee. You like David
I
Lee?
don't really know who that is.
David Lee of the New York Knicks. He's from St. Louis. Played at
Knicks.
Chaminade. Yeah, went to Florida. As far as the local teams, how savvy are you with the Cardinals? Do you follow the Cardinals closely?
Yeah. I try to, anyway.
What prevents you from
go to the World Series?
But... Right, so you're savvy there. Are you aware of the one play that everybody will remember from the postseason?
High fly ball. Line
I
drive
remember.
to left field.
Yeah, I remember the one play where I think wasn't it one of our outfielders that caught the ball, but they said that he didn't.
It was pretty clear that he dropped the ball. Matt Holiday dropped the ball.
All right, tall, dark, and handsome.
He's also tall, dark,
he's
and
clean
handsome.
cut, but he's not dark.
I think Cardinals really needs Matt Holiday, but I don't think he's staying.
You don't think Holiday's sticking around?
No, I don't. I would hope so.
Where do you think he's going to wind up?
I don't even want to say.
You don't want to say? Well,
I don't even want to say. It makes me upset. It makes me upset. But probably somewhere, I'll say in New York.
Yeah, it's probably a fair guess, as Yankees or Angels. What about the Blues and Rams?
Blues I'm hopeful for. Rams.
Do you watch much hockey?
I don't.
You would see the cat, Fox Sports Midwest, bringing it. He brings heat on Fox Sports Midwest.
Talking about tall, dark, and handsome.
You better believe it. You better believe it. Did you just say right?
Right. No, I'm agreeing.
Oh, of course.
Yeah, there was no sarcasm.
I'm Nina.
Yeah, that's right. Now you guys are bonded over a fake name. The Rams? Are you on board with the Rams?
I'd have to go. I lived in Minneapolis for a while, so I'm a Vikings fan.
Really?
When it comes to football, I'm a Vikings fan, and now that we have that new quarterback,
What's his name?
It's on the tip of my tongue, and I don't know why. Brett Favre,
Brett
from
Favre.
Wisconsin, yeah, which was our rival. Now we have him.
What were you doing in Minneapolis?
I was born in St. Paul, Minneapolis, and lived there when I was a baby. Then I grew up here in St. Louis. I grew up in Baldwin, and then moved back to Minneapolis and lived there for 4 years, and then came back.
It's important for me to know which high school you went to so I can prejudge your economic background, your religious background, and then also decide whether or not you're worthy of being around somebody who went to St. Louis U High. That's why we asked that question.
Okay.
So which high school did you go to?
Okay, well, long story short, I grew up in Parkway South District, and when it was time to go...
Patriot. Parkway South Patriots.
Right. My sister actually graduated from there, but when it was time for me to go to high school, we actually moved out to Jefferson County. They have lower taxes out there, so my parents at the time really liked that. So I ended up going to a high school by the name of Seckman.
Seckman High.
Oh, yeah.
Jaguars.
Never heard of it.
That's in Fenton, right?
It's actually in Imperial, 10 minutes south of Fenton, so yeah.
Is it a smaller school?
Yeah, I mean, it's new, too. It was built in, like, 97.
Yeah, I remember that one. It is pretty new. So about 10, 11 years old. So did you like going to high school in Jefferson County? Was that your thing?
Not really. I went to school, I went home, and then
you didn't get along
came
with
back
people?
to St. Louis.
Did the
Well,
people
I
not like
did.
you?
I did, but it wasn't as cultured as I'd like it. It was like 99.9% white school.
Whoa, hold on a second. Jefferson County was not very
right.
cultured.
Exactly. You wouldn't think,
Look at
right?
Doug's jaw. He is on like...
Do you consider yourself a Jefferson County Hoosier?
I don't. I don't at all, because I grew up here in St. Louis, and I came back after high school, you know? I'm like,
Do
okay,
you think
forget you all.
Is
I'm
it
coming back.
possible? Is it possible you didn't give Jefferson County a shot? Maybe you didn't partake in the malls. They have a wonderful symphony there.
They
There's
do
a lot of
some art
cultural
museums.
stuff that you could get involved with.
I didn't know they had a symphony.
Yeah.
And
I
art-
played violin for
Hillsborough
6
is
years,
world
actually.
renowned.
There you go, and an
Yeah.
art museum. You got it all right there. I know Liza Minnelli performed.
Oh.
Jefferson.
The three
Well,
tenors.
I
The three tenors
feel
were
bad I
just,
missed
were
that.
just there. Yeah.
Ronan Tynan loves Hillsborough.
Ashley, have you ever screwed around with a woman?
We go from the three tenors to that. That's a segue.
Yeah, we get Robert Workman's ready with an update.
Way to change the subject there.
You just get a smooth segue. I'm getting the vibe that the answer is yes.
Define screwed around.
Nice. This
Oh,
is worth
no.
death.
They all seem to have this answer.
It's like everyone suddenly turns into
Okay.
Bill Clinton.
Have I been sexual
Excuse me.
with a female?
Yes.
No. Sexually intimate? No. Have I made out with a girl? Yes.
Why did you do it?
Because she...
Don't say it. Don't say it's for the amusement of men.
No.
Was it for Patrick?
No, I mean, he, you know,
He's on
he
board.
likes it. Yeah, exactly.
What guy wouldn't
But yeah, one of my really good friends, she's bisexual.
Who's that? Do I know her?
Who's that?
She's
We want a name and a number if you can get the guy.
Her name is Bertha. Bertha LaRue. Do you know her?
I'll give her first name because she's out. She's out. Like she'll tell you she's bisexual. Her
So
name
is it on her Facebook page that she's bisexual?
on her MySpace, I believe.
It's a gradual.
She
thing.
talks
MySpace
about
and
her wife.
Facebook.
Right. Well, MySpace.
She has a
wife.
wife?
A wife. She calls her her wife, but it's not technically her wife.
Yeah.
You know what I mean?
No, I
But yeah, I don't know if I should really give her a name.
No.
but-
Okay.
I'll say it starts with an S.
Starts with an S.
Don't try to guess, Tim, please.
And she's very sexy name. And
I gotta look up that MySpace here after when the
You're
commercial.
gonna go through all the S's in
We-
MySpace.
well, we model together, so we're constantly together.
And how did it happen?
We were just out one night. We got bottle service there at Sugar because Doug hooks us up over at Sugar, and
Doug Vaughn? Shepard? Who knew he was
I
pimping?
would have remembered.
Who knew Doug Vaughn was
Pervert
pimping?
you.
not this
It's the
Doug.
third job. I was trying to keep
You
quiet.
did just-
Thank you.
You did gesture toward that Doug. There might be something there. Pick up a tell on that.
Yeah, okay, so- Tonight, me and this Doug are gonna go see Doug at Sugar.
Nice. Wow, look at that. So you're getting bottle service at Sugar, and does she make a move on you?
She does,
Wow. Really?
and I went with it. Yeah, 'cause
And how was it?
it was good. It was a nice experience.
Now, how come it didn't lead to what?
Oh, because
what
I'm straight.
It's called heavy petting.
And she's married.
I'm not married.
S is married. S has a wife.
S has a
Oh,
wife. Yeah, was
no,
S cheating
no.
on her wife?
No,
Well, how was she?
because
Not?
she's not. Because her wife has a boyfriend.
What in the hell kind of crap is this?
See you in counseling.
But no.
S. Hold on. S has a wife, and S's wife has a boyfriend.
Mm-hmm.
And
Well,
you
I
live
have
with
a
a guy,
boyfriend.
right? Yeah,
Right.
you live with a guy. S's wife has a boyfriend.
And all this started just because you lived in Jefferson County.
No.
It's hard to believe.
Let me ask you this, because this is the part
Well,
of the story that
Seckman does have a lot of lesbians. So
Really?
maybe-
Is that right?
Well, I don't know now. I'm class of 05, so.
Who knew that Imperial is essentially the Castro district?
Now, ma'am, I'm the uncoolest guy you'll ever meet, so I didn't know what bottle service was, but you referenced the bottle service as if that led to the interaction.
Right,
Are you saying that
Things
if,
get
are you
nutty
saying
crazy.
that if this Doug and I go to a bar and we get bottle service, we'll be smooching?
That's completely up to your preferences. But I'm just saying, with a little bit of alcohol involved,
Gotcha, okay.
it loosens you up to, bring your inner desires out, I guess.
So you are desirous of women then?
Not really.
Well, you just said it.
I
Let's
said
hear
S.
desires.
S is very attractive
S.
to me.
Is she really?
She's attractive.
Is she?
She looks like Megan Fox.
Really?
Yeah.
Wow.
Yeah.
I gotta look up S. We gotta look up S here in the commercial.
She's
break.
smaller. She's shorter and tinier. She's a tiny woman. But
Probably like
she,
a 34C though.
No. She's tinier.
Let me ask
She's
you this.
tinier than I am.
How many bottles would you have to go through in order to gin up some desire for this guy, Kevin?
Intern Kevin, look at that. Look at that.
How many bottles would it take?
And how many bottles would it take? Well, my boyfriend would probably be there, so that wouldn't happen.
All
but-
right.
And then
So
Patrick could beat
Good
intern
answer,
Kevin's
good
ass.
answer.
That's a nice way of saying 12.
We'll find out what the listeners think. You're always welcome to get involved. 969-1380, 1-800.